welcome to my channel. So here is the first video of the new year, which I am so excited to film. It's been almost a year for me on YouTube. I think I started at the end of January last year, and what a year it has been. I was so scared to start this channel. I don't know if you've read some of my blog posts which I've spoken about it. I was really scared to start this channel. It is something that had been in my head for a really long time, actually, because I loved watching YouTube and other beauty bloggers, and my husband always used to tell me, why don't you start your own channel? You would be so good at it. You love beauty. It is your thing. Just get on YouTube and start a channel. But I was so daunted to just get in front of the camera and just talk, and to be honest, with my previous job I just didn't have the time as well, but I was just really kind of scared. I thought, what will people think? Will people think I'm weird? Will people think I'm just crazy doing all this beauty stuff? But I finally took the plunge, and so many exciting projects have come up throughout this year, and it has been great to interact with a lot of you guys. So firstly, thank you so much to all of those of you who watch my videos, who subscribe to my channel, who follow my blog. And if you like my videos, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will leave a button somewhere on the screen. I upload twice a week, and it really means so much to me that you guys are enjoying my content and subscribing to my channel. So I also have a little bit of a special thing for you in this first video of the year, and it is that I want to do my first giveaway. So stay tuned to the end of the video, because I will be giving away a few of my favorite products for hair and a little bit of makeup. So there's quite a few things in the little hamper, so I stay tuned till the end to watch those. And I also wanted to let you know that start of the new year, I thought I was going to clear out my wardrobe, start out with a clean, new and tidy home. So there are a few things that I am selling on my Depop account. I will link that below. Don't forget to check it out. I am selling a beautiful Balmain blazer. I have some boots, a beautiful YSL bag. So quite a few things that I have absolutely been loving, but I just don't have space for them anymore. So I am selling them. So don't forget to check out that Depop account if you want stuff for good prices. But without further ado, let's get started with the video of today, which is going to be a 2016 favorites. So instead of doing a monthly favorites for December, I have seen a lot of other YouTubers do this, and I thought it was a great idea. I thought I would do a review on all the products I have been loving and tell you what have been my absolute standout products for this year. I'm going to go through everything from hair to skincare, makeup, just basically a bit of everything, and I'm going to tell you everything that I've been loving. I've tried to kind of focus on products that are new this year, but I've also included some of my kind of all-time favorites which I have been using for years before, but I've tried to focus it mainly on stuff that I have discovered this year. So without further ado, let's get started. I hope you enjoyed this video, and like I said, don't forget to subscribe if you do. Seeing as makeup is one of my favorite things, we're going to get straight in with makeup. And firstly, I'm going to talk about foundation. And one that I very recently discovered is the one from La Prairie. It's the Caviar foundation. It is honestly amazing. I actually don't have a bottle of this here because unfortunately my mum took it with her by mistake to Spain. But I will leave all the details in the info box below. It is an absolutely amazing foundation. It leaves your skin looking absolutely flawless. It is super hydrating. It doesn't sink into fine lines or pores. It just leaves like a super kind of perfected skin, but without too much heavy coverage. It's got enough coverage to kind of cover any small spots or imperfections, but it doesn't have like a lot of coverage to make it look cakey. It is super buildable, and it just looks so natural on the skin, but at the same time it gives a really flawless finish. I absolutely love this foundation. It is really good for people with dry and oily skin. It is not oily, but it's also hydrating, so it's a kind of nice in-between point. I have quite oily skin, especially down my T-zone, and it hasn't made me break out. It is honestly the most amazing foundation I have tried, and this has been a very recent discovery. I only started using it about a couple of weeks ago, and it has been a great one to use for the party season. Moving on, the next one is concealer, and as usual I have been loving my Clé de Peau and my NARS concealer, so I'm not going to talk about this anymore. But one thing I have added to my routine this year is corrector, and I have been loving this Tarte CC Salmon corrector. It is great to use underneath concealer, and I have really kind of dark under eye circles. They're kind of really bluish, grayish, like just not a very nice color. And I do have a little bit of pigmentation around my nose area and around my lips. So this is an absolute lifesaver. I love to use this under concealer because I have seen it makes such a difference. It just kind of illuminates that area and it just cancels out those dark tones, and then the concealer looks a lot brighter, and I feel like I need to put on less concealer when I'm using this. So I love this one. It is really light. You can kind of blend it in. It comes in a kind of cream formula, but I find that if you shear it out with a brush, it blends in beautifully, and it's not oily. It doesn't make me break out, but at the same time it doesn't dry my under eye area. Staying on the topic of concealer, a drugstore concealer that I have been loving this year and that I discovered this year was the Maybelline Eraser Eye. I know there are so many bloggers who've been rambling on about this concealer for ages, but I only tried it for the first time this year and I have loved it. I think it's great for when you don't want very heavy coverage, and I use it especially to kind of intensify my contour. So when I'm using my cream contour, I apply this just underneath the contour and on the high points of my cheek to kind of intensify that contour line, and I find it works brilliantly because it is quite sheer and it just blends in beautifully into the skin, doesn't look cakey, but at the same time it really illuminates. So it's a great one if you want a drugstore alternative to the NARS Creamy Concealer. It does have a little bit less coverage, but it is a good one. Staying on the topic of skin, like I mentioned, I have been loving cream contour this year, and my absolute favorite has been the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This one is so amazing. It is so cheap. You can get it for £1 or £2, depends where you buy it. You can get it on Amazon. It is so good. I love their concealers for under the eye as well. I've run out of the one I had, but they are beautiful because they have really high coverage and they provide a great drugstore alternative to more expensive ones like the NARS one. This one is great for contouring as well. They've got so many shades, so you can definitely find something for every skin tone. And they just blend in so seamlessly when you use them for contouring. And I love the little brush applicator they have on the tip because that makes it really easy to kind of create a line for the contour. So this one is absolutely brilliant. For powders, one thing I discovered this year was baking. I saw it all over the internet, on Instagram, on Facebook. Everybody was just on the baking bandwagon. So I thought I would give it a try, and I bought the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for under the eyes, and it's a white translucent powder. It is really nice to kind of highlight that under eye area, and I have been using it with a damp beauty blender to kind of just pack it on under the eyes, and then I leave it on for just a couple of seconds and then just brush it off. But I have found that baking on the rest of my face just makes it too dry, and I don't like the look. It just ends up looking a little bit cakey. So I use this baking technique just straight underneath my eyes, so in this area, which tends to get really dark for me, and then on the rest of my face I just kind of dust it on the areas where I've highlighted with concealer. It is a great powder because it just highlights so well, and I find that it doesn't make my skin look shiny throughout the day. It really kind of keeps it matte but illuminated. It's a kind of strange combination, I'd say, because usually when you think of matte, you don't think of something being kind of glowing, but this gives a beautiful glow. It doesn't look cakey, but at the same time, I don't get oily on my T-zone, so it's been absolutely amazing. I've really been loving this one. A pretty recent discovery was this by Terry powder. So this year I have found that in the winter months, like I mentioned in a previous video, my skin has been feeling a lot more dry. So when I powder the rest of my face after applying the Laura Mercier powder with a matte powder, I just find it ends up looking way too kind of cardboardy and cakey, and like it has no dimension. So I wanted something that was lighter, that was going to give me a glow, but that was still going to set my makeup. And this one has been an absolute discovery. It is the by Terry Imperlious Voile de Pearl. It's got a very long name, but it is an absolutely amazing product. It is the first by Terry product I have tried, and honestly, I am in love with it. I'm so excited to try other products from the range. I think this is a limited edition powder, so if you want to get your hands on it, go for it soon. They sell it in Space NK. I will leave the link to the products below, so do go and check it out if you want it. It is absolutely amazing. It has like a pearly kind of neutral colored powder, then like a more bronzy one, and then a yellowish one. I just mix all three of them and use them to just dust them all over my face and set the rest of my makeup. but you can use them individually if you want to, more as a bronzer and as a highlighter. They do sell it as a highlighting powder, but I think it's a little bit soft for a highlighter. But honestly, for setting all over makeup, it is amazing. It is so finely milled and it just leaves the most natural finish on the skin. Like, it's glowing and it doesn't look like I have any powder, but it still sets my makeup. So this one has been the favorite product of the year, I have to say. Lastly, for powder, my favorite highlighter of the year has been the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. I think this one came out last year, but honestly, it is amazing. I only tried it this year. I jumped a bit late on the bandwagon, and it's just such a beautiful highlighter. It's got the most gorgeous kind of shimmery golden glow with a little bit of kind of rose gold to it. I think it looks great on all skin tones, but on my olive skin tone, it really kind of enhances my complexion. It doesn't make me look kind of grayish, which some of the more pinky powders can do. So this one just gives a beautiful glow, and although it looks really shimmery on the pan, it isn't that intense when you put it on the skin. If you use like a fan brush, it looks absolutely gorgeous. You do have to be careful and not use too much of a heavy hand, but if you use a light hand, it honestly looks amazing, and it just gives the most amazing glow to your skin, like you're lit from within. And I also love it because I love it as a highlighter for my eyes, so as an eyeshadow. I use it to highlight my brow bone and the inner corner of my eye, and it looks amazing and it lasts all day. So it's a really great one because you can use it as an eyeshadow and also as a highlighter. Talking about my most favorite palette of the year, I'm not going to choose an eyeshadow one. I'm actually going to choose this one by Charlotte Tilbury. It is her Instant Look in a Palette 5-minute face on the go natural beauty. Wow, that was a long name. But it is basically this palette that she launched this year. I think it was a limited edition one, but I think she's back with it again because so many people have wanted it back. It basically has her Film Star Bronze and Glow, so it has the bronzer and the highlighter, which is an absolutely amazing highlighter and bronzer. Then it has 2 shades of like a pinky, corally, quite neutral actual blush. And then it has 3 eyeshadows, like a pinky base one, then it has a shimmery goldeny one, and then it has this smoke one, which is a kind of perfect neutral brown to enhance your crease line. So I absolutely love this one. I really have been loving the highlighter for daytime. It's really glowy, but it's not too much, so it's great for daytime. I find it really subtle, but at the same time it gives me a little bit of a glow. The bronzer for me is a little too warm for it to be a contour, so I use it more as a bronzer, but it's really nice. They're both really finely milled, so they look super natural on the skin. The bronzer also has a slight shimmer to it, so for me as a contour it doesn't really work, but it's great if you are kind of on the go and you just want to bronze up your face a little bit, don't really want to go for a contour. It's a great one for that. The blusher is really nice because it's really neutral, and I find it would probably suit all skin tones. And I like the fact that you've got the 2 colors because you can make it more pink or more neutral depending on the look you're going for. The eyeshadows, again, like all Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows, are amazing. They last forever, there's no fallout, and they just look amazing, and they're super finely milled, super easy to blend. I love the shades, but my most favorite one is the smoke shade. I find it's the perfect shade to enhance my crease, and I can tell you that honestly, I bought this palette about 7 or 8 months ago, and I have honestly been reaching for that eyeshadow every single day, no matter what eye look I'm wearing, because it's just the perfect transition shade. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it just creates the kind of perfect shadow to contour your eyes. So I really love this one, and I think it's a great on-the-go palette, great for when you're traveling, or if you want to just carry it in your handbag to touch up during the day. It's a really good one. Staying on the topic of eyes, another eyeshadow I have been loving, and which I already was loving last year, but I just felt it needed a mention because for the past 3 months, I've literally been wearing this every single day. It is this Mono Cream Shadow by Christian Dior. It is in the color Meteor. Yeah, that's what it's called, Meteor. It's a beautiful kind of bronzy color with a golden shimmer running through it. It is honestly so beautiful. It is a little bit glittery, which is great for the party season, and I find it has great staying power. It's a great one to put as a base if you're doing like a smoky eye, or if you want to do a kind of golden eyeshadow look. It has the perfect amount of shimmer for it not to look too glittery. You can even pull it off during the day in the winter months, and it has some of the most perfect flattering color, and I just find that it lasts so long, doesn't crease, and just looks amazing. Staying on the topic of eyes, the discovery for eyeliner this year has been this Maybelline liquid liner. It is the Master Precise liquid liner. It is honestly amazing. I love the nib. It is so thin that it just creates the kind of perfect line. I don't know if you can see it there actually. It just creates the perfect line. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, but like the point is quite thin actually, so you can get into that inner corner really well. It is super black. It has amazing staying power, and the best thing out of all is it hasn't dried out. I find so many eyeliners, you buy them and within like a month they're dry. I've had this one for about 3, I think, or 4 months, and it honestly is still going strong. It's a mascara. My favorite this year has been the Maybelline Falsies Push-Up Drama. I have to say that I hadn't used Maybelline as a brand a lot before. I only started recently using it more because I used to use a lot of Max Factor products from the drugstore, but Maybelline just wasn't a brand that was on my radar. But I have to say that all the products I've tried from them recently have been amazing, and this one has absolutely converted me. I had been using the Max Factor False Lash Effect mascara for so many years, and I always thought that nobody would make me change my mind about it, but this one definitely has. This one is just an amazing mascara if you want a lot of volume, a lot of length, and a very kind of dramatic eye look. If that's not the look you're going for, you're probably not going to like this one. It is slightly clumpy, but I feel that that's part of the reason why it gives you so much volume on your eyelashes. And it's just amazing. I really love it. People have asked me that if I'm wearing false lashes when I wear this mascara. It's just so good. I just need 2 coats on the top lashes and 2 coats on the bottom, and it just leaves the most amazing effect. It doesn't dry out quickly. I had my last one for about 4 or 5 months actually. And I find that the older it gets, the better it looks on the eyes. So it's a really good one, and it's super black. So I have been really liking this one. Finally, for eyes, I wanted to mention a brush, and this is the Sigma E40 brush, and it's a blending brush, and I honestly have been loving it so much. I'd never actually tried the Sigma brushes before, but they are so good. I know I'm pretty late to come onto this because bloggers have been using Sigma brushes for the longest time, but I just discovered them this year. But this one is so good. I love it to kind of blend the eyeshadow on my crease line. It hasn't shed at all ever since I've had it. And I also love it to kind of contour my nose and just draw the 2 lines down the side of my nose. I feel it's like the perfect size. And also I wanted to mention these eyelash curlers. They're from Kevyn Aucoin, and for the longest time I had been using the Shuimura ones, but they broke at the beginning of this year, and I purchased these ones from Kevyn Aucoin on the recommendation of Amelia Liana. I will leave her channel link down below. And they are honestly amazing. They curl your eyelashes so well. I found with the Shuimura ones, I needed to press quite a few times for the curl to actually stay. But with these ones, just a good press one time will just leave my eyelashes super curly and my eyes looking super wide open. So I really love this one. Moving on to lips, my favorite lip liner this year has been MAC Soar. I discovered these MAC lip liners this year. I had been using the Rimmel Cappuccino one for so many years, and I was addicted to it. But ever since I tried this one, I am a convert, and I think it is the only one I've been using for most of the year. I love the shade, and I love how it makes my lips look so much more plump and juicy. Actually, Tijane Serena was the one who used this, and I saw it on a few Instagram pictures, and I loved the way it looked on her lips. And it is honestly just such an amazing color. It's like a mauvey pinky color, and I just find it suits my skin tone so well. It goes with most lipsticks because it is kind of my lips but better, so I find I can wear it underneath most lipsticks. And I love how it enhances my lips, makes them look a lot more plump, and my lips actually go in a little bit on the sides, so with this I can really kind of fake it and make them look a lot fuller. For lipsticks, I have recently discovered this liquid lipstick by YSL, and it is the color, I don't think it has a color. It's the color 404. It's like a pinky corally color. I really love it. It's really light. I'm wearing it right now, but I have another kind of gloss on top, so you can't see the color very well. But it's really nice. It's not a matte liquid lipstick. It has a little bit of shimmer to it, so I really like it because I don't really like that super matte look on my lips sometimes. So this one is really light because it looks kind of nice and natural, has a little bit of shimmer to it, but has amazing lasting power because it is a liquid lipstick. Another favorite has been this Tom Ford lipstick. It is in the color Blush Nude, and it's a really beautiful beigey pinky nude. It is the perfect kind of your lips but better nude. It's not too nude, so it doesn't wash me out, because a lot of really nude lipsticks wash me out because of my olive skin complexion. And honestly, it is the first time I've tried Tom Ford lipsticks, and they are honestly amazing. They are super pricey, but they are so luxurious. The packaging is so stunning, and I love how they feel on the lips. It is a matte lipstick, but it doesn't dry my lips out at all. It's got quite long lasting power, so I really have been loving this one. And finally, for makeup, the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I discovered setting sprays only this year, believe it or not. I did not know about setting sprays for my wedding, which I am absolutely gutted about. My makeup could have lasted so much better, but I didn't know about them back then. So I have discovered them this year, and I really have been loving this one. I have tried the L'Oreal one as well, and it is quite good, but I prefer this one. I like it because it doesn't dry my skin out, but it honestly makes a huge difference in terms of staying power. And if you are someone who doesn't like to powder, this is a great alternative, because my mum doesn't like to powder, and when she uses this, her makeup lasts so much longer. So it is a really nice product. It is also great to kind of freshen up your makeup and stop it from looking so cakey after you've powdered. So it's a really great one. I use it whether I'm going out at night or whether I'm going out during the day, because I just find it makes my makeup last perfectly throughout the day if I'm using it when kind of spraying it on in the morning, and I find that till the evening my makeup just doesn't budge. Moving on to skincare now, another Charlotte Tilbury product which I've discovered this year, which I have absolutely loved. As you can see, Charlotte Tilbury has become a hugely favorite brand for me, and I can honestly say it is one of those brands where I absolutely love kind of every product. The only thing I'm not so happy about is that she doesn't have a very full coverage concealer, but other than that, all her products are amazing. I've tried a foundation and it's really good. Her eyeshadows are amazing, blushes are beautiful. So there's a lot of different things from her range that I really love. So it is a really amazing brand. But yeah, this one is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. And I've heard so much about this one. Ever since it launched, people were raving about it, and I have to say it is honestly an amazing product. It is super hydrating. It just gives your face a kind of glow. I can't really explain what it is. To the texture, it feels like the kind of old Nivea cream. That's what it really reminds me of, the one that came in like a blue tub. But it's definitely not as greasy or oily as that. It's super hydrating, but it doesn't break me out, or it doesn't make me kind of greasy throughout the day. I think it just kind of adjusts to your skin type. I find that it smooths over any kind of patchy skin that I have. It gives a beautiful glow. So even if I'm not wearing makeup, I just find that with this, my skin just has a better shade to it. I don't know if it's because it hydrates it, but it just makes your skin look absolutely amazing. And it feels this tiny little bit silicone-y, so it makes your foundation stick on really well. So it's a great base for makeup, and I have been using this kind of all year since I bought it, and it is the only thing I use under makeup. It also has SPF 15, which is good for the winter as well, because I don't tend to wear any more SPF than what I have on my BB cream. So this is a good one to have, especially for the winter. More skincare, I have the Clarins Blue Orchid Face Treatment Oil. I have absolutely loved this product this year. I was super skeptical about using oils, but ever since I tried this one, based on the recommendation of Amelia Liana, I will link her channel below. Like I said earlier, she has some really good recommendations. And I tried it because of her. I have really oily skin, but I always thought that a oil would break me out. But because I started to get really kind of flaky, patchy skin around here, I thought I would give this a go because it's special for dehydrated skin. And I have to say that it hasn't made my skin more oily at all. On the contrary, it's actually balanced my oils. I find that if I'm kind of breaking out or I have a small blemish, when I apply this, sometimes in the morning it's just disappeared. So it's really good. It rehydrates my skin perfectly. When I apply it on at night after kind of cleansing my skin, I find that in the morning my skin just looks so much better, so much more radiant and glowing. It's a really good one, and it's a great face oil. For me, it's worked absolute wonders. And if you're scared that you have oily skin that's going to make it oilier, I can absolutely guarantee you it will not. Finally, for skincare, I have these masks, which I have spoken about before. They are from Mask Bar, and it is the Vitamin C Brightening Sheet Mask. They are honestly amazing. They are one of the cheapest masks out there in terms of sheet masks, and they are so good. I love this one because it just makes my skin so bright. It just kind of makes it radiant and glowing when it feels kind of sallow and grayish from the winter, or because you've been traveling and you're jet lagged. It just kind of gives that boost to your skin, and just kind of as if it had just been kind of deprived from water and hydration, and this one just makes it hydrated. It honestly makes any kind of small blemish marks that you have disappear, and it just gives your skin a gorgeous, gorgeous radiant glow. So I really love this one. I find them a little annoying because you have to kind of wear the mask and you can't really do anything while you have them on, but I guess that's the case with every sheet mask. They are super affordable, but the quality is honestly great. And all the other products from the range from Mask Bar are honestly really, really good as well. I've tried a couple of other masks and they're both all amazing. So I would honestly recommend that you try this one out, especially if you've got kind of an event or a wedding or something coming up. It's a great one to apply in the morning or kind of before you're going to your event. For body care, I'm just going to mention one favorite, and it is this Mediterranean sea salt scrub from the Body Shop. I honestly hadn't used a lot of stuff from the Body Shop before this year. I tried once, I think it was a moisturizer from them years ago, and I broke out really badly, so I was super scared of using anything again from them because I thought I was allergic to some of the stuff they use. Sometimes natural products don't sit very well with my skin, and I find that I actually break out and react to them. But I love this scrub. It is super kind of grainy, but it is really, really nice. I find that it has a really nice texture. I love the way it leaves my skin feeling. It leaves it super smooth, but at the same time it has a little bit of shea butter, so it doesn't dry out my skin, and it's kind of moisturized and smoothed after I use it. It is honestly a great body scrub, and the tub is quite big, so I find that it lasts for quite a long time. Moving on to hair, I had to mention this product which I recently discovered, which is the Living Proof Restore Mask Treatment. It is honestly amazing if you have colored hair. I've put it on my hair now, and as you can see, my hair is colored and it's quite dry, especially on the ends, and this has left it so smooth. It honestly leaves your hair feeling absolutely amazing. I really love it. I apply it kind of mid-lengths and ends, and I leave it on just for about 10 minutes, but you can leave it overnight if your hair is really damaged. And it's just a great mask. It doesn't weigh my hair down, but it does leave it super, super hydrated, so I really, really like this one. So that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been quite a long one, but I had a lot of stuff to get through, and I hope this gave you ideas for new products that you want to purchase. Do let me know what your favorite products have been through 2016, and if you think there's anything out there that I should try out. I'm gonna insert the giveaway footage now. So for my first giveaway of the year, I have these products which are almost kind of style staples, I would say, for me. So we've got one of this big sexy hair powder play, which is great to use instead of hairspray to give some volume and lift to your hair and make it stay. Some of the Ardell Natural Demi Wispies, which are one of my all-time favorite lashes. They're great for giving volume and length. And then I've got one of my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealers. So if you've been seeing my tutorials, you know I absolutely love this one. And then one of these Sephora Pore Clarifying Masks, a small Chloe perfume, which is my absolute favorite perfume, and then we've got one of the big beauty blenders and one set of the smaller beauty blenders. So some of my staples to get my perfect makeup look. So if you want to win these, please don't forget to follow the instructions on the screen right now. Subscribe to my Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will be announcing the giveaway winner next Friday. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and a great start to the new year. Thank you so much for following me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!